Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical, one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys. Then come to Junk Stock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com.
At the Athlete Factory, you can be the best player you can be, all while practicing indoors. Down in Waterloo, Nebraska, the Athlete Factory specializes in indoor softball, baseball, soccer, and basketball training. Some services include facility rentals, lessons, and camps. Here at the Athlete Factory, we pride ourselves on teaching skills to better players and teams. So if this sounds like a good opportunity to parents or coaches, you can find us at our Facebook page, The Athlete Factory Nebraska, or schedule an appointment on the website, which will lead you straight to scheduling today.
Is it a good time to sell your house? Is it a good time to buy a house? Realtor Carrie Wilcox with Nebraska Realty knows the answer. Give her a call at 402-212-2271 today to get all of these questions answered.
Smart Freight Funding is the #1 factoring company for the bulk trucking industry. But we're not just bulk. We factor all trailer types and any freight with over 50 years of driving, dispatching, contracting, and accounting experience in the trucking industry. Let someone who's been in your shoes handle your finances. Learn why clients use Smart Freight Funding and get started today at smartfreightfunding.com.
The players, parents, family members, and especially all of our fans want to give a huge thank you to the Valley American Legion Post number 58 for a special summer baseball season. The Valley Nebraska American Legion Post number 58 is open to all veterans in the area who have served. Thank you for serving. Thank you for supporting us this entire summer, and go Wingnuts.
At Valley Construction, our team of dedicated professionals is driven by a singular purpose, bringing your unique vision to life through our unrivaled design, build, remodel, and renovation services. With a wealth of industry experience, we have cultivated an impeccable reputation for our extraordinary artisanship, meticulous attention to detail, and unwavering commitment to exceeding customer expectations. Reach out to Valley Construction today to embark on a remodeling journey where your vision is cherished and exceptional results are guaranteed. ValleyNEconstruction@gmail.com.
Gregorich Plumbing is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Legion Baseball. Give them a call at 402-359-9117 for all of your installation, service, and repair needs. When it comes to plumbing, Gregorich is the experts. Once again, give them a call at 402-359-9117. Gregorich Plumbing, proud sponsors of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball.
Woodhouse Auto Family is the home of 21 brands with over 1,100 pre-owned, certified pre-owned, and over 5,600 vehicle selection that can be found at woodhouse.com or visit one of their locations just down the road from anywhere you're at. Woodhouse has proudly been serving the customers and communities since 1975 with a goal to provide you with a buying and servicing experience that builds a trusted partnership for a lifetime. Find them at woodhouse.com.
Lightning Exteriors is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. At Lightning Exteriors, we offer a comprehensive range of exterior services to cater to your specific needs. Whether it's roofing, siding, gutters, or other exterior enhancements, our team has the expertise and experience to deliver exceptional results. We understand the unique challenges of our regions and ensure that our solutions are tailored to withstand the local climate conditions. To learn more, head over to lightning-exteriors.com. Truck Center Companies is one of the largest Freightliner/Western Star truck dealerships in the U.S. with locations in 18 cities across the Midwest. In business since 1975, our product line features Freightliner, Western Star, Thomas Built buses, and Ottawa trucks. TCC also provides parts and service, full maintenance, fleet management, leasing and rental, and even has on-site body shops at several locations to help get you back on the road and keep you there. Visit truckcentercompanies.com for more information. Elkhorn Training Camp is Omaha's premier indoor sports facility for youth athletes. We offer world-class training and facilities with open practice areas, lessons, camps, and clinics. Whether it's baseball, softball, soccer, strength and conditioning training, we have the staff and facility for you. Reserve a time. Check us out at elkhorntrainingcamp.com. Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical, one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys. Then come to Junk Stock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com.
At the Athlete Factory, you can be the best player you can be, all while practicing indoors. Down in Waterloo, Nebraska, the Athlete Factory specializes in indoor softball, baseball, soccer, and basketball training. Some services include facility rentals, lessons, and camps. Here at the Athlete Factory, we pride ourselves on teaching skills to better players and teams. So if this sounds like a good opportunity to parents or coaches, you can find us at our Facebook page, The Athlete Factory Nebraska, or schedule an appointment on the website, which will lead you straight to scheduling today.
Is it a good time to sell your house? Is it a good time to buy a house? Realtor Carrie Wilcox with Nebraska Realty knows the answer. Give her a call at 402-212-2271 today to get all these questions answered.
Smart Freight Funding is the #1 factoring company for the bulk trucking industry. But we're not just bulk. We factor all trailer types and any freight with over 50 years of driving, dispatching, contracting, and accounting experience in the trucking industry. Let someone who's been in your shoes handle your finances. Learn why clients use Smart Freight Funding and get started today at smartfreightfunding.com.
The players, parents, family members, and especially all of our fans want to give a huge thank you to the Valley American Legion Post number 58 for a special summer.
Number 9. Winner take all here. First, I'd like to announce the two teams. ETC Knights from Mount Michael will be the visitor team. Crete will be the home team. Now the starting lineups for today's game. First with ETC. Leading off, the shortstop, number 23, Ashton Burrows. Batting second, the third baseman, number 3, Max Teeter. Batting third, the left fielder, number 43, Cam Cerrone. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 38, Will Schieber. Batting fifth, the DH, number 37, Jameson Berry. Batting sixth, the catcher, number 25, Miles Wewell. Batting seventh, the pitcher, number 5, Preston Petrosky. Batting eighth, the center fielder, number 4, Dolan Joslin. Batting ninth, the second baseman, number 1, Ben Alessandro. And playing right field, number 57, Anthony Gates. The non-starters, number 14, Braden Sampson. Number 24, Hank Barrett. Number 12, Ethan Zigman. And number 33, Carson Smith. The Knights are coached by Michael Bonoff, Rich Bonoff, and Blake Worsham. Now, the starting lineup for Crete Post 147. Leading off, the pitcher, number 22, Tristan Lenoff. Batting 2, the catcher, number 8, Nick Wett. Batting third, the shortstop, number 7, Brooks Peeney. Batting fourth, the second baseman, number 16, Cole Stutzman. Batting fifth, the third baseman, number 27, Zach Connell. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 18, Jay Wisenberg. Batting seventh, the center fielder, number 6, Peyton Steyer. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 11, Miles Jennings. Batting ninth, the left fielder, number 21, Hunter Kanoki. The non-starters, number 4, Carson Sand. Number 5, Wyatt Borstrass. Number 20, Caden Nitzel. And number 26, Caden Bruns. Crete's coached by Will Rafferty and Bryant Reef. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please stand. And gentlemen, please remove your hats as we honor this great nation, as well as the men and women who are keeping this country safe.
Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys. Then come to Junk Stock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote
All right,
and
gentlemen, please turn, raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I will keep the rules. Keep faith with my teammates. Keep my temper. Keep myself fit. Keep a stout heart in defeat. Keep my pride under in victory. Keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body. All right, gentlemen, let's go. Have fun, play ball, and good luck. Today's umpires. Behind the plate, Mitch Burnett from Tacoma. First base, Bill Bivens from Lincoln. Second base, Troy Lanham from Omaha. And at third base, the Dan Flynn from Valley. I like messing with Dan.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Is it a good time to sell your house? Is it a good time to buy a house? Realtor Carrie Wilcox with Nebraska Realty knows the answer. Give her a call at 402-212-2271 today to get all these questions answered.
At Valley Construction, our team of dedicated professionals is driven by a singular purpose, bringing your unique vision to life through our unrivaled design, build, remodel, and renovation services. With a wealth of industry experience, we have cultivated an impeccable reputation for our extraordinary artisanship, meticulous attention.
And a good Monday afternoon, and welcome back to Frost Family Stadium on BSDN Live. Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond here with you from Chris Frank Field in Valley, Nebraska. Day number 3 of the 2024 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament. We've been so excited to broadcast the first 8 games for you in the first 2 days. We have 3 games today, 2 games tomorrow, and either 1 or 2 games on a championship Wednesday. Matt, this tournament has been awesome, man.
Yeah, it's been very fun to watch. A lot of close games, a lot of clutch hitting.
Yeah. Just really good baseball from some of these young players across the state of Nebraska. It's been pretty fun, and it's pretty exciting to see what the future of this state holds if we're looking at some of the best here in Valley. There's no doubt about that. Just kind of looking at what these kids will be when they're juniors and seniors in high school. Boy, it'll be fun to watch.
Yeah, there's going to be some very good teams out there.
So it's ETC, Mount Michael, and Crete with us here on this Monday afternoon.
And I'll bring up the third baseman, number 3, Max Teeter.
It's Tristan Linhoff out there pitching for Crete, the lefty, against the Knights of ETC. And Ashton Burrows, the shortstop, starts it out with a leadoff walk. So 1 on and nobody out here for ETC Mount Michael. The Knights, they are in their white pants, red jerseys, black numbers, and red helmets. Crete is in their white pants, blue jerseys, white numbers with red trim and red hats. They'll be out defensively as they won the coin toss to be the home team, so they'll bat second in every inning. So ETC trying to jump out on top here as Connell, the third baseman for Crete, is in on the grass. Let's go ahead and look at the Crete defense. It's Kanoki out in left, Steyer in center, Jenny's out in right. Connell standing in on the grass there at third. Peening at the shortstop spot as a pickoff play is not in time. Stutzman, the second baseman for Crete today. Wissenberg, the first baseman. Tristan Linhoff, the lefty pitcher on the mound. And Nick Wint back in the catcher's gear behind home plate. He pitched in game number 1 for Crete in their victory over Minden. And he's second day in a row in the catcher's gear.
I think he's their regular catcher.
Yep, I would agree.
Yeah, I think this is a good combination that Coach Rafferty has with the lefty up pitching and with Went behind the plate. That's going to that's going to keep Elkhorn Michael at bay from taking bases on them.
3 balls and 1 strike for Max Teeter. Back-to-back walks. to start out the afternoon for Tristan Linhoff.
Teeter draws the walk. That'll now bring up the left fielder, number 43, Cam Cerrone.
So Teeter has walked the first two. We always say how dangerous that can be. And here's the left fielder, Cam Cerrone, coming in. So let's go ahead and take a look at how the bracket has shaped up. We are down to 6 teams left. 2 teams got eliminated yesterday. The host site, the Wingnuts of Waterloo Valley, got beaten by this Mount Michael team, 9-2. And Minden, they got defeated by Lincoln Christian Brester Construction in a close 6-5 final. So Minden and Waterloo Valley both eliminated. There are 6 teams left. Central City and West Point are the 2 undefeated teams. They'll play our game tonight with the lights on at approximately 7 o'clock. Both undefeated. As Central City, they defeated this Crete team in a really good back-and-forth game, 7-4. And then West Point defeated Alliance last night in a 6-0 game in a really impressive performance from their pitcher. Bunt shown, strike called, as Wissenberg, the first baseman, is coming in to try and make the play. So it's Crete and ETC. Crete lost, so they're 1-1. ETC lost game number 1, won game number 2. So backs against the wall, win and you move on. And this gets under the legs of Nick Wint, and both of the runners are now into scoring position here for Mount Michael early. Burrows up to third, Teeter up to second, and right now, Matt, how does Tristan just kind of settle into this game right now? You can tell he's just struggling here in the top of the first.
Yeah, I don't even know if those pitches that Cerrone attempted to bunt were even strikes, really.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he really needs to stop overthrowing is what it looks like right now. It looks like he's trying to throw everything by everybody. He's got a solid defense. We've seen them play really good defense so far this tournament.
Oh, absolutely.
Let them put the ball in play, you know. You don't have to have a strikeout all the time.
There he gets a desperately needed one on Cam Cerrone, and there's one away.
Cerrone goes down for the first out of the inning. That'll now bring up the first baseman, number 38, Will Schieber.
So here's Will Schieber. So it's Central City and West Point tonight, the 2 undefeated teams. Crete and ETC Mount Michael taking it on here. Winner moves on to the semifinals. And day number 4. And the loser's summer will be over. And then after this, it will be Brester Construction Lincoln Christian taking on Alliance in the second elimination game today. There's a strike in the bottom right corner.
Yeah, that second game I think is going to be very evenly matched.
Oh, on paper, those two match up so well.
Yep.
That might be the best game of the day.
That might be a very fun game to watch.
There's a swing and a miss. Taking a look at this Mount Michael squad from ETC, the 29-11 overall record on the summer now. Time called by the umpire. There's kind of the new thing here from the remaining 3 days of this tournament. There will be 4 umpires in every game rather than the 3 that we saw in games 1 and 2. Swung on and missed, held on by Nick Wint. And that is a massive back-to-back strikeouts.
Down for the second out of the inning. That'll now bring up the DH, number 37, Jamison Berry.
So as it sits right now for the Knights, this is a big, I know we're top of the first, only 2 outs, but Matt, this is a massive moment in this game. For ETC, if you get 2 runners in scoring position, with nobody out, you got to find a way to plate those runs. And for Crete, if you get 2 runners in scoring position with no outs and you give up no runs, I mean, this is a momentum swing for either team and what happens in this at-bat.
Absolutely. You're going to set your dominance right here. Either you're going to set the dominance with the bat, or you're going to set the dominance with your defense, and then that's going to propel you to come out. And I guarantee you if Crete gets out of here, that it's going to be wouldn't be surprised to see a couple runs.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We talked to Jonas last night, a player for Waterloo Valley's senior squad, and he talked about when you make a defensive play to end an inning and prevent runs, he says when you come up to the batter's box, the ball just looks 10 times bigger.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And so this is
just that adrenaline rush, you know.
Yeah, and then on top of that, the leadoff batter for this Crete team is also the pitcher.
Right, yep, exactly.
So if
yep.
he gets out of this, and especially if he strikes out the side, which he's got 2-2 right now, he's going to be really pumped.
Absolutely. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 in scoring position with 2 outs. Huge spot here for the DH, Jamison Berry. He looks at ball 3 in the dirt, and the count goes full. Jamison Berry, just the designated hitter here for Mount Michael. They're their road teams. They lost the coin toss. Here in the top of the first, a massive moment for both teams. Runner at third is Burrows. Max Teeters at second. This is popped up down the right field line. It will go foul. So both of them walked, Burrows and Teeter. They both advanced into scoring position on a wild pitch. And Jamison Berry's trying to bring him home. Tristan Lindhoff's trying to end the side scoreless.
Yeah, I don't think Barry has played the field at all this tournament. I think he's just been DH.
Yeah, let's see. I can look at yesterday for sure. Yesterday, he was, just the DH yesterday, too. This is sent foul down the first base side. Barry's trying to bring him home. Tristan Lindhoff trying to end the sides. So thanks everyone for tuning in to BSDN Live here on this Monday afternoon. We really appreciate it. And the full count pitch goes way high and outside, and he has walked the bases loaded now. A strike from getting out of it. Now more danger.
Barry draws a walk. That loads the bases. Now batting, the catcher, number 25, Miles Wewell.
Batter number 6 of any number 1 for ETC Mount Michael. And it's yesterday's player of the game, Miles Wewell, who, for the Knights yesterday in their victory over the Wingnuts, he was the pitcher. Oh, wait, I have the wrong. Yeah, I'll find there. He was the pitcher yesterday that was so dominant in their 9-2 victory.
Yeah, he came in for relief.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and shut the door. He
Yeah.
didn't give really the Wingnuts any other base runners when he came out in a, not save, but just a bullpen appearance
Right.
to finish out the game, and did so very, very successfully.
They call that long relief.
Yeah, long relief, yeah. Bases loaded. There's a pitch outside. And the count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes once again. Massive spot for both teams here early in this one. Do or die time. Keep your summer alive and try and win a state title. Or take a little bit of a break before school starts. One sounds a little better than the other.
Right, yes.
Just waiting, because once this is over, you're just, not much is going on until you go to football practice in high school or whatever you got going on. Low, and look at that. We have another full count.
Yep, and here this time the runners will be moving, so anything put in play, you're going to
Probably
multiple,
scores,
multiple runs.
If not 2, maybe 3.
Yep, it depends on where the ball's hit.
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bases loaded, and that is ball 4 to walk in the leading run.
Wewell draws a walk, drives in a run. We have time on the field.
Ashton Burrows scores from third. Max Teeter advances to third. Jamison Berry up to second, and Miles Wewell at first.
The scoreboard flash, but I know it did during the anthem.
So, 4 walks for ETC Mount Michael. A meeting on the mound is head coach for Crete, Will Rafferty, just trying to talk it all over here. Just ensuring that Tristan can get out of this without giving up the big inning, as they say.
Braden Sampson now batting. The pitcher, number 5, Preston Petrosky.
So Petrosky, he'll be on the mound for ETC Mount Michael. He has an opportunity to give himself a big cushion here early with 1 swing of the bat. Bases loaded with 2 outs. 4 walks is the 1 run right now. A leadoff walk to Ashton Burrows, who just scored. Max Teeter walked. He stands at third. Barry walked to load the bases, stands at second, and Miles Wewell just walked in the leading run right now. There's a strike that catches the bottom right corner. And really, this is the first, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Matt, I think this is the first time it's been an 0-2 count
Yeah, it has.
Yep. For Tristan Linhoff of Crete, the lefty. We've seen a lot of lefty pitchers too, Matt.
I'll tell you what, and these
Ooh, high pitch gets away from Wint. Play at the plate. They got him. Really good job from Nick Wint. He prevents a run as Max Teeter gets tagged out sliding home. And Crete does avoid the big inning, but ETC Mount Michael leads it 1-0 on BSDN Live, and we'll be right back after this.
At Valley Construction, our team of dedicated professionals is driven by a singular purpose, bringing your unique vision to life through our unrivaled design, build, remodel, and renovation services. With a wealth of industry experience, we have cultivated an impeccable reputation for our extraordinary artisanship, meticulous attention to detail, and unwavering commitment to exceeding customer expectations. Reach out to Valley Construction today to embark on a remodeling journey where your vision is cherished and exceptional results are guaranteed. ValleyNEconstruction@gmail.com.
Elkhorn Training Camp is Omaha's premier indoor sports facility for youth athletes. We offer world-class training and facilities with open practice areas, lessons, camps, and clinics. Whether it's baseball, softball, soccer, strength and conditioning training, we have the staff and facility for you. Reserve a time. Check us out at elkhorntrainingcamp.com.
Woodhouse Auto Family is the home of 21 brands with over 1,100 pre-owned, certified pre-owned, and over 5,600 vehicle selection that can be found at woodhouse.com or visit one of their locations just down the road from anywhere you're at. Woodhouse has proudly been serving the customers and communities since 1975 with a goal to provide you with a buying and servicing experience that builds a trusted partnership for a lifetime. Find them at woodhouse.com.
Austin McNorton, Matt Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live from Frost Family Stadium and Chris Frank Field. Game number 1 of 3 here in day number 3 of the 2024 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament hosted in Valley, Nebraska. Bottom of the first, ETC Mount Michael leads Crete 1-0 on 4 walks. Given up by Tristan Linhoff, who now stands in the batter's box to lead things on for the team in red and blue and looks at a pitch outside on righty Preston Petrosky out there for ETC Mount Michael here on this sunny and warm Monday. Still a pretty decent crowd for a Monday afternoon game at 1 o'clock. Not as many as we saw Saturday and Sunday, which expectedly so. So we appreciate everyone who might be tuning into the broadcast who has real jobs, unlike me. I always say that. I was like, I really don't have it. Ooh, my gosh, that's a disgusting breaking ball by Preston Petrosky that freezes Linhoff for a looking strikeout for out number 1.
Linhoff goes down for the first out of the inning. That'll now bring up the catcher, number 8, Nick Wint.
Boy, Matt, that both froze us mid-sentence on that pitch. That was, woo.
That is a good backdoor curveball on a lefty with a 2-2 count.
Yeah, that's pretty tough right there from Petrosky.
Well, especially since you haven't seen it before.
Exactly, yeah. Leadoff guy. You're like, what does he have? Oh, he has that in the arsenal? Oh, all right. That's how it's going to be.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the Mount Michael defense. It's Cerrone in left, Jocelyn in center, Gates in right. Pitches outside. Teeter at third, Burrows at short. Alessandro stands at second, Will Schieber at first. Preston Petrosky, of course, on the mound. And Wewell, who was the closing pitcher yesterday, is behind home plate in the catcher's gear today. Yesterday's player of the game for Mount Michael is, yes, he did come in relief it was the fourth inning he came in relief and finished. He got all 3 outs of the fourth inning, the fifth inning, sixth, and seventh. As he gave up in that relief effort, he gave up just 2 walks and 1 hit. And here's a walk here for Crete's Nick Wint.
Wint draws the walk. That'll now bring up the shortstop, number 7, Brooks Petey.
We will also in the batter's box. He went 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored and a walk. But it was mostly his pitching effort, which is why we were so happy to talk to him in the victory.
Combination of both.
And he just kind of talked about because they lost in a walk-off in game number 1 to Alliance. And he just kind of talked about how they just put it behind him and ready to go on. And, boy, they came alive against the Wingnuts 9-2 victory. Really from start to finish, they controlled it and looking to try and carry that momentum today. Pickoff play back to first and Wint slides back safely. 1 on with 1 out. In a 1-0 deficit is Crete. As this is popped up, just a straightaway left. Cerrone comes under it. Wow, the outfielders collide. It was actually Jocelyn that held on. Boy, that was a lucky play for ETC Mount Michael, and there's 2 outs.
Down to the center fielder for the second out of the inning. That'll now bring up the second baseman, number 16, Cole Stutzman.
So it was out there in center. Nolan Jocelyn came over to cut off Cam Cerrone. They bump into each other, and Jocelyn holds on. Luckily for the Knights, but boy, Matt, that could have been really unlucky.
Yeah, and I think I was listening, and I can hear the left fielder call it, Cerrone, and then at the last second, Jocelyn called it, and just a lack of earlier communication.
Pop up on the infield. Burrows makes it, and that ends the inning. It's no hits, 1 walk, no runs, and 1 left on for Crete. Mount Michael leads at 1-0 on BSDN Live when we come back.
Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs. Gregorich Plumbing is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Legion Baseball. Give them a call at 402-359-9117 for all of your installation, service, and repair needs. When it comes to plumbing, Gregorich is the experts. Once again, give them a call at 402-359-9117. Gregorich Plumbing, proud sponsors of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball.
Smart Freight Funding is the #1 factoring company for the bulk trucking industry. But we're not just bulk. We factor all trailer types and any freight with over 50 years of driving, dispatching, contracting, and accounting experience in the trucking industry. Let someone who's been in your shoes handle your finances. Learn why clients use Smart Freight Funding and get started today at smartfreightfunding.com.
Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live from Frost Family Stadium and Chris Frank Field. As we go to the second, ETC Mount Michael leads Crete 1-0 here in this elimination Monday afternoon. As batting for the Knights here in this top of the second inning will be their 7, 8, 9 guys, and Preston Petrosky comes back to the plate.
There you go.
He was left standing in the batter's box when Max Teeter got thrown out at home after a passed ball off a nice play from Nick Wint to prevent a run. And it's 1-0. And this is blooped into shallow right. Jenny comes under it, makes the catch, and it's a big 1-up, 1-down for Tristan Linhoff.
Petrosky flies out to the right fielder for the first out of the inning. That'll now bring up the center fielder, number 4, Nolan Joslin.
So, after walking 2 and walking 4 total for Tristan Linhoff in inning number 1. It's good to see him get a 1 up, 1 down here in inning number 2, and Matt, maybe he's settled in a little bit.
Well, yeah, I've noticed, though, he's not trying to throw as hard as he was in that first inning. And I'm hoping that's what Coach Rafferty said to him, is like, hey, man, just throw the ball over the plate. You don't have to throw it 100 miles an hour.
Yep. Yeah, because it seemed like a lot of those pitches, like we just saw in that one there, Nick Winton had to go way out of the box to just kind of save it from going to the fence.
Yeah, the backstop there. Yeah, he's just trying to overthrow. And when you try to overthrow, your release point gets all jacked up.
Yep. There's a pitch low. So, a warmer day here in Valley. 81 degrees was first pitch, sun shining, some big clouds, but none covering the field here. Here's the pitch outside. That's a strike call. Nolan didn't throw his bat, so he probably stands a chance here on this next pitch. You know, flip the bat to the dugout. It's always a guaranteed strike 3 call.
Yes, it is.
So he at least might avoid that. But you probably got to play some defense here now. And he swings and misses. Strikeout number 3 for Tristan Linhoff in 8 batters faced. And there's 2 away.
Second out of the inning. That'll now bring up the second baseman, number 1, Ben Alessandro.
So he's walked 4 but struck out 3. And here comes batter number 9, second baseman Ben Alessandro. Into the plate. Yesterday, Ben was in the catcher's gear for ETC, and he had the most unique stat line of the entire tournament.
Yes.
He went 0 for 3, but he reached base 4 times. He reached on an error in the first inning, a dropped third strike in the second inning, an error in the 4th inning that he scored a run in, and then he was hit by a pitch in the 6th inning. So he went 0 for 3 on the day, but his on-base percentage was 1,000.
Right, yeah. Amazing, right?
Pretty incredible. That's got to be the most unique stat line of. We almost interviewed him just on that solely alone.
Oops.
Might be the most unique stat line of the whole tournament.
Right, yeah. Well, I mean, it would have, yeah. But if you go like 0 for 0 with 1,000, that'd be impressive.
Yeah, right. That would be. Here's a pitch low. And the count now is full once again as Tristan Linhoff's had himself a lot of full counts. I'm sure that he wishes he didn't. Quite a few pitches here through 1 2/3 innings. This is off the end of the bat. Alessandro fights it off and out of play in right field.
Yeah, we're only in the top of the second, and I've got Linhoff at 54.
Yep, that's quite a few. Whereas we saw, and this one gets away from Wint, and Alessandro's on with the 5th walk of the afternoon for Mount Michael.
Alessandro draws a walk. That now brings back to the top of the order with the shortstop, number 23, Ashton Burrows.
Compared to what West Point's pitcher did last night in
I think he still hit around 100.
Okay, did he still end up getting up that high?
That's another one.
This one gets away from Wint, and just like that, Alessandro's in a scoring position.
Yeah, this is starting to look like a Rick Ankiel kind of situation.
Okay.
You know who that is?
I don't.
Okay, so Rick Ankiel was a St. Louis Cardinal phenomenal pitcher. And he was supposed to be the next great pitching thing. And then all of a sudden he got the yips and he couldn't throw the ball over the plate.
Okay.
And so he went from being the number 1 guy for St. Louis to not playing baseball.
And is it just in the similar thing of just you're trying to throw it too hard and
they just don't know his release point. Like he was throwing it over the catcher's head, and it was really bad. If anybody's listening,
this is sent to straightaway right. Jenny is there, makes the catch, and ends the side. So it's 1 walk, no runs, and 1 left on for Mount Michael. They lead it 1-0 on BSD and Live when we come back in a moment.
At the Athlete Factory, you can be the best player you can be, all while practicing indoors. Down in Waterloo, Nebraska, the Athlete Factory specializes in indoor softball, baseball, soccer, and basketball training. Some services include facility rentals, lessons, and camps. Here at the Athlete Factory, we pride ourselves on teaching skills to better players and teams. So if this sounds like a good opportunity to parents or coaches, you can find us at our Facebook page, The Athlete Factory Nebraska, or schedule an appointment on the website, which will lead you straight to scheduling today.
For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys, then come to Junkstock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall. The players, parents, family members, and especially all of our fans want to give a huge thank you to the Valley American Legion Post number 58 for a special summer baseball season. The Valley, Nebraska American Legion Post number 58 is open to all veterans in the area who have served. Thank you for serving. Thank you for supporting us this entire summer, and go Wingnuts.
But yeah, he was good. And yeah, he was just a sad thing.
Still talking about Rick Ankiel. And yeah, what a wild deal for the Cardinals. Which, you know, this is hit hard back up the middle, right
really
to Burrows. Yeah, I was really squared up just right at somebody, and Zach Connell goes down on the one-pitch ground out for Crete here in the bottom of the second.
Connell grounds out to the shortstop for the first out of the inning. That'll now bring up the first baseman, number 18, Jay Wisenberg.
But like I was saying, Matt and I are two people who love seeing the demise of the St. Louis Cardinals.
Absolutely.
Diehard Royals fan here. Matt's a diehard Cubby. Anything negative to the St. Louis Cardinals brings us both a substantial amount of joy.
Absolutely. Yes.
Wisenberg stands up for Crete.
I always say that I've got two favorite teams in baseball. The Chicago Cubs and whoever plays the St. Louis Cardinals.
That's fantastic. Wisenberg is playing first today. He played second yesterday against Central City. And he went 1 for 4 with a single in inning number 2 when he led off the inning with a single. But that was quite the game yesterday, them in Central City, a 7-4 contest. Crete led it after 1 inning, 1-0. Central City led after the second inning, 2-1. And then Crete came back and led 3-2. Central City came back to immediately take the lead in the bottom of the fifth, 4-3. Added on to the lead, 7-3. And then Crete came back in the top of the seventh with 3 straight singles in a row to score a run and unfortunately leave the bases loaded and the tying run standing at first.
Yeah, and to be honest, I mean, we've watched every team twice now.
Yeah.
And Central City is the favorite.
Right,
They are very
right.
good. Crete played them
As well as anyone, yeah.
toe-to-toe, basically. So I think if Crete gets by Elkhorn Mount Michael or ETC today, I think it could be Crete and Central City in the championship.
I would probably agree with that. This is in the dirt. Mount Michael has something to say about it, though, as there's a dropped third strike thrown over to first in time, and there's 2 up, 2 down for Preston Petrosky.
Wisenberg goes down for the second out of the inning. That'll now bring up the center fielder, number 6, Peyton Steyer.
And ETC Mount Michael, they got walked off by Alliance, and so having to work their way through the losers bracket.
And that's tough because their roster is not that deep. I don't know how their arms are as far as how deep they go, but I think we got 9 out there, and I think they have 3 maybe in the dugout right now. 4? I think they have 4. Yeah, 4. So they don't have a lot.
Yeah, just 14 guys on this roster. This is in shallow left. Cerrone comes in to make the catch for out number 3. It's 3 up, 3 down inning for Preston Petrosky as we go to the third. They lead at 1-0 on BSDN Live.
Lightning Exteriors is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. At Lightning Exteriors, we offer a comprehensive range of exterior services to cater to your specific needs. Whether it's roofing, siding, gutters, or other exterior enhancements, our team has the expertise and experience to deliver exceptional results. We understand the unique challenges of our regions and ensure that our solutions are tailored to withstand the local climate conditions. To learn more, head over to lightning-exteriors.com. Truck Center Companies is one of the largest Freightliner/Western Star truck dealerships in the U.S. with locations in 18 cities across the Midwest. In business since 1975, our product line features Freightliner, Western Star, Thomas Built buses, and Ottawa trucks. TCC also provides parts and service, full maintenance, fleet management, leasing and rental, and even has on-site body shops at several locations to help get you back on the road and keep you there. Visit truckcentercompanies.com for more information.
Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live for day number 3 of the Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament from Valley, Nebraska. Frost Family Stadium, Chris Frank Field. The ETC Knights of Mount Michael lead Crete 1-0. Here as we go to the top of the third, and up for the Knights are their 2-3-4 hitters, and that brings the third baseman Max Teeter into the batter's box. He walked and was tagged out at home as he tried to advance from third on a passed ball, and he got tagged out at home, which ended the top of the first inning when the bases were loaded with 2 outs.
Yeah, that was just bad luck for Max.
Yeah, because it bounced so perfectly off the backstop right to Nick Wint. And, yeah, you could tell right when he slid, he looked up and was like, are you kidding?
Yeah.
Like, just that, like,
Yeah.
How in the world? There's a strike on the outside part of the zone.
You know, Lenhoff has good velocity, but he's just very inconsistent. And I think I really feel he needs to just slow it down a little bit. Maybe slow down his windup. I mean, there's something he needs to slow down because he's just all over the place, and his arm slot is not consistent.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Max Teeter. Yeah, there's just been a lot of 2-2, 3-2 pitches. And on a pitch like that, I mean, it didn't even make Max flinch. I mean, it's not close to the zone where you're making a guy chase or try and fight it off. He's like, oh, well, I can see that's a ball instantly. Here's a 3-2. Good pitch that time as it's hit right back to him. He throws it to first in time, and there's 1 out. That was nicely executed.
Teeter grounds out to the pitcher for the first out of the inning. That'll now bring up the left fielder, number 43, Cam Cerrone.
Here's the left fielder, Cam Cerrone. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout in inning number 1. And thanks everyone for tuning in on BSDN Live. We really appreciate all the compliments we've gotten and all the viewership. We wouldn't be doing it if it weren't for all of you, and we couldn't do it if it weren't for those sponsors you see rotating in the bottom right corner of your screen. If you stop into any of those businesses, be sure to thank them for providing this coverage because this has been a lot of fun to do, and we're happy to do it for all of you fans out there from Central City, Alliance, making some far travels, West Point. It's been a fun tournament, and boy, Matt and I have had some good seats here, and we appreciate all the comments in the live stream too. We'll shout out players, teams, where you're watching from, all those kind of good things. Hello to Alexander Gonzalez. He said hello to us, so hello to Alexander Gonzalez, wherever you might be watching from, who you're rooting for, all those kind of good things. We'll shout out players, as that's been the other kind of special thing about this broadcast. We've gotten to talk to 8 different players now from each of the teams that have won, and that's been fun and unique to talk to some of them and hear their stories about how much this tournament really does mean to them. It's not, I mean, we talked to Oliver Herman yesterday and asked him the question of, man, you guys have won every game. I mean, winning is nothing new, But he was like, honestly, we care about this more than anything. I mean, they went 0-2 last year when they made it to state, and a team who is undefeated, they showed, and Matt and I talked about it multiple times, they showed more emotion in that one game against Crete that we've seen maybe in this stadium all year. I mean, it was
absolutely.
awesome.
Yeah, there was a lot of emotion. There's a lot of desire to win.
Going for a state championship. And so that's just been kind of fun to hear all the different stories and perspectives from all these players are just like, yeah, this means a lot. I mean, Minden's case didn't have a high school spring team, so it was kind of for them to make it here. It's like, hey, this is our town state title right here for baseball. And for Central City, such a powerhouse baseball town, and they want to win a state title, something they haven't done in a while.
Cerrone goes down for the second out of the inning. That'll now bring up the first baseman, number 38, Will Schieber.
And Cam Cerrone has struck out twice against Linhoff. That's the first time Tristan Linhoff has gotten a looking strikeout, as he's struck out 4 nights now. And here's the first baseman, Will Schieber, who also struck out against Linhoff in that first inning. As Tristan is trying to go 1-2-3 for the first time here this afternoon and create some momentum going into his bats. There's a good pitch inside. He popped it up on the infield. Stutzman, the second baseman, is there. It is a 1-2-3 inning for Tristan Linhoff. Exactly what the doctor ordered. Bottom of the third we go. The Knights lead at 1-0 on BSDN Live.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com.
Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond back here with you from Frost Family Stadium and Chris Frank Field on BSDN Live. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in on this Monday afternoon, wherever you might be, as we have our first elimination game of 2 today. 3 games total here on this Monday in the Class B Junior State Tournament. It's Crete and ETC Mount Michael. As this is hit into deep right.
Crushed.
Jenny is over his head, goes off the bottom of the wall. And standing at second with a leadoff double is the 8-man Miles Jenny.
Jenny with a stand-up double. That'll now bring up the left fielder, number 21. Hunter Kanoki.
We'll see if that can kind of create a little bit of momentum for Crete. The first base hit of the day for either team. It went way over the head of Gates out in right field. And Miles Jenny
nice bunt.
is on second. Good bunt. They throw it to third. What an aggressive play from Preston Petrosky. Throwing it over to third. Max Teeter was ready for it. But Miles Jenny slides in safely. And so there's runners at the corners now with nobody out.
Kanoki with a bunt single. That'll now bring up the pitcher, number 22, Tristan Lenoff.
So Kanoki reaches first. You say that's a single or a fielder's choice, Matt?
I gave him a single.
Okay. Jenny stands at third after his leadoff double, and Crete is in business with a tying run standing at third and nobody out.
And the reason I gave him that, even though he went to third, we can't guarantee he's going to get out at first.
True.
Because it was a good bunt.
What an aggressive play from Petrosky, and now a pickoff move back to first, and Kanoki slides back safely. And man, that was a bang play over there at third because Max Teeter, credit to him, the third baseman, he was ready for that. And this is fouled off, and it goes under the legs of Wewell.
Yes, and give credit to Jenny on the slide because he slid on the outer half of the bag.
Oh, yeah.
Which I think gave him that extra room to get in underneath that.
Yeah. So the top of the order here for Crete. Runner goes to second. Wewell will let him go to second. So Kanoki's now in the scoring position as well here for Crete.
Yeah, now this is a big situation for Lenhoff right here.
Mm-hmm.
You want to pull the ball here. You want to get something in their half and pull it, get it to the first baseman, second baseman with your runner on third. And plus, this is going to be huge for him as a pitcher of record right now.
Trying to get himself a lead to work with potentially with one swing of the bat here. Lefty on righty. It's 3 balls and 1 strike. Tristan is 0 for 1 with a looking strikeout on the nastiest pitch we've seen today from Petrosky. And there's a strike on the inside part of the zone. It's 3 balls and 2 strikes.
That's what he wanted right there. He wanted to pull on that one.
3-2. What can Lindhoff do? Ooh, the breaking ball. Ooh, Petrosky jumps up and down. He thought that was strike 3. He can't believe it's not, and the bases are loaded.
That was the right call on that one.
Yep, I agree.
Lenoff draws a walk to load the bases. That'll now bring up the catcher, number 8, Nick Wendt.
But I like the pitch from Petrosky because that's the exact same pitch he struck out Lindhoff on the first time.
Yes.
He just missed it too far outside that time.
Absolutely agree. That's a great call. It was a great pitch, but it just wrapped around the plate.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't have as sharp of a break as the first one got on him.
So here's Nick Wendt stepping up. He walked his first time up, and he was left stranded at first for Crete in that first inning. Checks swing. The first base umpire says no. Bases are loaded here for Crete with nobody out. Their best opportunity by far here in this one. And Petrosky trying to work himself out of it. We saw a 1-2-3 double play yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
So
yes, we did.
We'll see if ETC can do that here. Wow, good frame by Wewell, framing that in the outside part of the zone, and there's 2 strikes against Nick Wendt.
Yeah.
2 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded, nobody out. The pitch, he got under it, and it fouled it off.
This is really going to be something to show what kind of a bulldog mentality that Petrosky has here.
Mm-hmm. Back against the wall, elimination game. You have the lead, bases loaded. Ooh, Wewell held it there for a while and didn't get the call. But Petrosky pitching in the area he pitched 2 games and through 11 and 1/3 innings. And that is ball 4. And Petrosky's starting to let his emotions maybe get the best of him. He's jumping around in frustration out there quite a bit as now he's walked in the tying run.
Wendt draws a walk, knocks in a run. That'll now bring up the shortstop, number 7, Brooks Peeney.
And, you know, I really like what Ben Alessandro's doing right now. The second baseman walks out on the mound. You could tell, Matt, that Preston was just starting to get a little frustrated with the strike zone, and Ben goes out there, recognizes that, and says, look, man, we're tied. Let's just get out of this.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. Calm him down. You can't show up the umpire that way. Then
it never works for you because then the strike zone becomes that much smaller.
Right. Anything close, it's going to be not in your favor.
So Miles Jenny scored from third after his stand-up double. Hunter Kanoki now stands at third. There's a strike on the outside part of the zone. Tristan Linhoff stands at second after his walk, and Nick Went, who's now walked twice and walked in a run, stands at first. For the shortstop, Brooks Peening. He was the player of the game for Crete in game number 1 against Minden, where they held on to win 3-2, and he got the save in that game when it was a one-run ball game. He got the final out to win it. He's 0 for 1 with a fly out to center, and that's off the end of the bat foul.
Good battle.
Really good battle right now. Petrosky, what do they always say, Matt? The hardest out is
The first out.
the first out. So just try and get that elusive out number 1. Bases loaded, still nobody out, and a run across.
Peeney is not giving up.
No, not at all.
And this is what I like. He is not letting the umpire make the decision on this at bat. Anything
Which
close.
is what you always say to do, yep.
Yep. Anything close, you swing and try to foul it off, even if it's not a good pitch. Foul it off. Don't let the umpire make that last call.
Here is the 1-2 again, and he sends it. Tough play at shortstop. Burrows will only throw it to first.
No,
He's saved!
single.
Brooks Peening beat the throw. Another single for Crete, and they have the lead.
Peeney with an infield single scores another run. That'll now bring up the second baseman. Nope, we've got time on the field.
So Hunter Kanoki scores from third. Tristan Linhoff advances to third. Nick Went stands at second. Brooks Peening stands at first with the infield single. And the cleanup man coming to the plate for Crete with the bases loaded and still nobody out.
Yeah, I think Burrows needed to come up on that one. He sat back a little bit. You got to recognize the speed of your players.
Uh-huh.
Peeney's got some wheels on him. He sat back behind the runner going from second to third. He should have came up, charged the ball, especially if you're automatically going to first. Come and get that ball and get that throw.
Yeah, if you know you're going to first, and with the wheels of Peening,
The second baseman, number 16, Cole Stutzman.
try and help out your speed as much as you can. Here's Cole Stutzman for Crete in a huge spot for the team in blue. Now they have a lead to work with, but it could be a big inning here with one swing of the bat. Cole was 1 for 3 yesterday against Central City with a single. And he was also hit by a pitch. We'll see if Preston Petrosky can just try and settle down now as he works from behind now. Still
Nice
has
pitch.
yet to find that first out. That's a really good pitch.
See, if you would have thrown that against Linhoff with that full count, he wouldn't have had a chance.
Yeah, it probably would have gotten Tristan to strike out looking again.
Yeah.
Instead, he stands at third with nobody out after the walk. And there's another one. And that is ball 4 and run number 3 for Crete.
Stutzman draws a walk, knocks in a run. That'll now bring up the third baseman, number 27, Zach Connell.
Tristan Linhoff scores from third. Nick Went advances to third. Brooks Peening advances to second. Stutzman stands at first. For the third baseman, Zach Connell. Still, the bases are loaded with nobody out, and Crete now leads it 3-0 on 3 hits and 3 walks for the first 6 batters of this inning.
And this is not the guy you want up.
No, it is not.
He hit him hard. That was that shortstop, but he barreled him up pretty good last at bat.
Yeah, he hit it right to Burrows on the hardest hit ball of the day, other than maybe Miles Jenny. But even then, I'd say his ball had probably some more exit velo than Jenny's did.
Yes.
Even though Jenny's had that deep double. Swung on and
good
missed.
pitching.
And that's a huge strikeout for Petrosky when he desperately needed one, and there's one away.
Connell goes down for the first out of the inning. That'll now bring up the first baseman, number 18, Jay Wisenberg.
The first baseman, Wisenberg, steps up. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout against Petrosky. He went 1 for 4 yesterday against Central City. Shows a bunt perfectly
great.
down the third base line. Wow, the suicide squeeze works to perfection for Crete, and they add one more to the lead.
Wisenberg with a sac bunt, suicide squeeze to drive in the run. That'll now bring up the center fielder, number 6, Peyton Steyer.
Boy, Matt, that was about as perfectly executed as you could have had right there for Crete.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a great play.
Nick Wentz scores from third. Brooks Peening advances to third, and Cole Stutzman stands at second with 2 outs now, and 4 runs across for Crete here in the bottom of the third.
And what I liked about that by the call, nobody's expecting that. Nobody was expecting
absolutely
that.
not.
I mean, it shocked us up here. You know, bases loaded, you have 1 out, and all of a sudden a squeeze.
Yeah, and it was a really well-executed squeeze from Wissenberg because he didn't show it until, pitch is coming. Now there it is.
And you saw Went coming down the line, too, and you didn't hear anybody yell out there, squeeze.
Check swing there on a pitch that's a check down to third. He did not go. It's 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 on and 2 outs for Crete, as they've had 3 hits and 3 walks and 4 runs. It's batter number 9 of the inning. Center fielder Peyton Steyer in there. Strike 3 called in the bottom right corner. And Preston Petrosky does get 3 outs in a row, but gives up 4 runs as Crete leads it going to the 4th. On BSDN Live, we'll be right back.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Is it a good time to sell your house? Is it a good time to buy a house? Realtor Carrie Wilcox with Nebraska Realty knows the answer. Give her a call at 402-212-2271 today to get all these questions answered.
At Valley Construction, our team of dedicated professionals is driven by a singular purpose, bringing your unique vision to life through our unrivaled design, build, remodel, and renovation services. With a wealth of industry experience, we have cultivated an impeccable reputation for our extraordinary artisanship, meticulous attention to detail, and unwavering commitment to exceeding customer expectations. Reach out to Valley Construction today to embark on a remodeling journey where your vision is cherished and exceptional results are guaranteed. ValleyNEConstruction@gmail.com.
Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond back here with you on BSDN Live as we go to the top of the 4th. Crete now takes the lead 4-1 here at Frost Family Stadium and Chris Frank Field. And due up for the Knights of ETC Mount Michael are the 5, 6, 7 batters. How did Will Schieber go out? Was it a strikeout, Matt?
Will Schieber.
That ended
No, he flew out to right.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. So it's Jameson Berry in there, the DH, who walked in a run, the 1 run. Or no, he walked when the bases, to load the bases. It was Wewell that walked in, the 1 run.
Yes.
For Mount Michael. And he's due up next.
I do have to admit, though, these games have been pretty fast.
Yeah, they have been. Yeah,
Pace-wise.
here we go, top of the 4th, and we've only been playing for an hour.
Yeah.
Absolutely right.
And we were on faster pace until that last inning.
This is hit right back up the middle, past the glove of Lindhoff, and a diving effort by Stutzman, but it goes into center field. It's a leadoff single for Jameson Berry, and Mount Michael trying to come back into this one with their first hit of the day.
Berry with a base hit up the middle. That'll now bring up the catcher, number 25, Miles Wewell.
The first hit of the day for ETC Mount Michael. They've had 5 walks and now 1 hit. It's a leadoff base runner for Miles Wewell. He walked, and he was the one that walked in that 1-0 lead for the Knights up until that bottom of the 3rd inning. The corner is in, and Zach Connell over there at 3rd. But I don't know. Miles Wewell doesn't seem like a guy to bunt for the Knights.
I don't think. Not down 4-1 right now.
No. And there's a pitch low and away from Wint. They will throw it down to
Nice
second,
throw.
but sliding in safely is Jamison Berry. I can't believe he made that as close as he did. And there's a runner in scoring position now with nobody out for the Knights.
Well, I mean, we did watch Went throw the first game for Crete.
Uh-huh.
He's got a great arm.
Definitely.
Probably the best curveball in the tournament.
Oh, yeah. Wow. I'm so glad you mentioned that because I was trying to remember. I knew it was from Crete, but, yeah, it was definitely Nick.
Oh, my gosh. It
It was beautiful.
It was, yeah. I mean, we're talking college-level break on it.
Yeah, it was pretty impressive for, well, let's see. It doesn't say his age for Nick Wint.
He may be a sophomore, going to junior, or a freshman,
Yeah.
be a sophomore, one of those two. He's 15, 16 years old, roughly.
This is in the dirt, and Wewell again draws a walk, his second against Tristan Linhoff.
Wewell draws the walk. That'll now bring up the pitcher. Number 5, Preston Petrosky.
So now Tristan Linhoff even working with a 3-run cushion. He's gotten himself into a little bit of trouble here as he now faces the bottom of the order for Mount Michael, and a bunt is popped up right in front of Connell. He'll let it bounce.
Oh, wow.
Honestly, a pretty heads-up play from Zach Connell, letting it bounce, picking it up, and stepping on third to force out Jamison Berry for out number 1.
Berry forced at third on the bunt for the first out of the inning. That'll bring up the center fielder, number 4, Nolan Joslin.
Man, that's honestly a pretty heads-up play from Zach Connell there at third.
Yeah, that is. Take the out at third, keep runners on first and second. Absolutely.
So Petrosky reaches on the fielder's choice over there at first. Miles Wewell advances to second. For Nolan Joslin at the plate, the center fielder is 0 for 1 today against Linhoff with a swinging strikeout in inning number 2. Started out with a leadoff single, and Jamison Berry just got forced out at third. This has popped up. It'll go over our press box and out of play. Wewell walked, and Petrosky grounded into the fielder's choice.
It was right next to what we'll call the umpire's safe house.
Yeah, you said cabin yesterday,
Yeah.
right? This is it back up the middle. He'll go to second for 1, over to first. Got it!
Wow.
A 1-6-3 double play for Crete to end the side. It's 1 hit, 1 walk, no runs, and 1 left on as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Crete leads at 4-1 on BSDN Live.
Elkhorn Training Camp is Omaha's premier indoor sports facility for youth athletes. We offer world-class training and facilities with open practice areas, lessons, camps, and clinics. Whether it's baseball, softball, soccer, strength and conditioning training, we have the staff and facility for you. Reserve a time. Check us out at elkhorntrainingcamp.com.
Woodhouse Auto Family is the home of 21 brands with over 1,100 pre-owned, certified pre-owned, and over 5,600 vehicle selection that can be found at woodhouse.com or visit one of their locations just down the road from anywhere you're at. Woodhouse has proudly been serving the customers and communities since 1975 with a goal to provide you with a buying and servicing experience that builds a trusted partnership for a lifetime. Find them at woodhouse.com.
Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
Leading off for Crete in the bottom of the 4th inning, the right fielder, number 11, Miles Jenny.
Bottom of the fourth here from Frost Family Stadium and Chris Frank Field. Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond, as Crete now leads 4-1 after scoring 4 runs in the bottom of the third. They now start with the guy who started it all, Miles Jenny, with a stand-up double, started out the inning. So he's 1 for 1 and steps into the right-hand batter's box, now working with a 3-run lead. As they batted around, they had 9 brought to the plate. They didn't technically bat around, but they brought 9 to the plate in inning number 3. And now, Matt, they carry some of that defensive momentum here into this 4th inning with that impressive 1-6-3 double play to end the side.
Yeah, they've definitely, that 1-6-3 was huge, not just for the momentum, but also for the pitcher, Lindhoff, because he still has about 20 more pitches. So he can still come out and give you a 5th inning, possibly, if he stays good.
And this time, Jenny's can't check his swing, and there's 1 out.
Jenny goes down for the first out of the inning. That'll now bring up the left fielder, number 21, Hunter Kanoki.
And what have we said, Matt, about this tournament all tournament long? It's been the teams who can capitalize with the bottom of their order, and that's why Crete leads it right now, as Jenny had that stand-up double, and then Kanoki had the single. They both scored runs from the top of their order.
Yeah. I mean, Jenny started off with a double. Kanoki had a great bunt down third baseline.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was the bunt. Yeah, you're right.
And put runners on first and third, and then everything just fell downhill from for Podrosky at that point.
So we'll see if another guy from the bottom of the Crete order can get on base. As Hunter Kanoki out in left field for Crete. Yesterday he went 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. So good to see him get a base knock here this afternoon, as he struggled against Central City's Oliver Herman, which that's fair. As most people have this summer against him.
Yeah. But I would have to say, though, I mean, they hit the ball really well.
Oh, yeah. That's the most amount of runs that Herman's given up all year.
And I think
hits.
I think so we said he had 11 hits going into the season. They had 6 off of him.
Yeah, he had 11 hits the whole summer that he gave up, and Crete had 6 against him.
Yeah,
so yeah, no, Crete definitely played him the best that anybody has the entire summer. There's a half swing from Jenny. It's back-to-back Ks.
Not Jenny.
Or Kanoki, yeah, thank you.
Kanoki goes down
for Preston Petrosky.
That brings back to the top of the order with the pitcher, number 22, Tristan Lindhoff.
So Jenny and Kanoki both swing and miss on kind of some half-hearted swings, and Tristan Lindhoff comes back into the lefty box. He's 0 for 1 with a looking strikeout, a walk, and a run scored.
And that's the one he should have thrown on the
Yep,
3-2
there
earlier.
it was. He tried to throw it, but just missed it outside, which allowed Tristan Lindhoff to walk. Ooh, there's another good pitch on the inside, just too far inside.
Yeah. I think if Wewell caught that, frame it, I think he would have got that strike.
Wewell's done a good job of framing some pitches,
Absolutely
too.
has.
Just missed inside again.
Tell you what, I like Podrosky to work it inside on batters. You don't see that very much in this level.
It's a lefty batter, too. Yeah, he has tried to hit. Yeah, you don't see, because, it's too risky. You don't want to miss and hit a guy. But he has found that, there he hits it, the bottom left corner of the zone pretty well.
Yeah.
He has been effective with that. There's no doubt.
There it is.
There it is again. Who got him looking? And once again, Tristan Lindhoff goes down, and Preston Petrosky, after giving up 4 runs in the 3rd inning, he strikes out the side in the 4th. As we go to the 5th, Crete leads 4-1 on BSDN Live.
Third out of the inning.
Gregorich Plumbing is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Legion Baseball. Give them a call at 402-359-9117 for all of your installation, service, and repair needs. When it comes to plumbing, Gregorich is the experts. Once again, give them a call at 402-359-9117. Gregorich Plumbing, proud sponsors of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball.
Smart Freight Funding is the #1 factoring company for the bulk trucking industry, but we're not just bulk. We factor all trailer types and any freight with over 50 years of driving, dispatching, contracting, and accounting experience in the trucking industry. Let someone who's been in your shoes handle your finances. Learn why clients use Smart Freight Funding and get started today at smartfreightfunding.com.
At the Athlete Factory, you can be the best player you can be, all while practicing indoors. Down in Waterloo, Nebraska, the Athlete Factory specializes in indoor softball, baseball, soccer, and basketball training. Some services include facility rentals, lessons, and camps. Here at the Athlete Factory, we pride ourselves on teaching skills to better players and teams. So if this sounds like a good opportunity to parents or coaches, you can find us at our Facebook page, The Athlete Factory Nebraska, or schedule an appointment on the website, which will lead you straight to scheduling today.
And welcome back to Frost Family Stadium and Chris Frank Field. Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond here with you for day number 3 of the 2024 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament from Valley, Nebraska. As we have 2 elimination games today, as there's 6 teams left, trying to get narrowed down to 4 before the 2 games tomorrow and then the championship Wednesday. As due up here for ETC Knights in the top of the 5th are their 9-1-2 hitters. And that brings Ben Alessandro into the batter's box. He walked his first time up back in inning number 2 and was left stranded at second in that inning as well. Against lefty Tristan Lindhoff, still out on the mound for Crete, and he fouls this one off and out of play. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on, nobody out, top of the 5th. Lindhoff trying to work with a lead now. He gave up a leadoff single and a walk in the 4th inning, and this is roped up the middle, and that will get down in the gap between Steyer and Jenny, and it's back-to-back leadoff singles for the Knights.
Alessandro with a base hit for right center to start the inning off. And I'll bring us back to the top of the order. Oh, we've got time on the field.
And Matt, now the Knights, bottom of the order, trying to come through. A leadoff single, their 2nd straight leadoff single. We'll see if they can capitalize that, and we'll see if Tristan Lindhoff's day is done or they just want to talk about this defensively. I think they're going to say his day is done, and so we will get all the new information you need when we come back on BSDN Live.
Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys, then come to Junkstock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at Nebraska Chiropractic.
Welcome back to the top of the fifth. Another leadoff base hit for ETC Mount Michael. Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond here with you for the Class B Junior State Tournament in Valley, Nebraska. New pitcher on the mound, another lefty for Crete. Back-to-back lefties for Crete as Tristan Linhoff goes into center. Here comes lefty Peyton Steyer onto the mound. They just switch spots, and Peyton will have to face the top of the order with one on and nobody out. As Ashton Burrows steps up 0 for 1 today with a fly out to right, a walk and a run scored, the one run for Mount Michael. Pitch is inside. I think it clipped him. Yep, it clipped like the back of his ankle, and there's 2 on with nobody out for the Knights.
Burrows hit by pitch. That'll now bring up the third baseman, number 3, Max Teeter.
So for the second straight inning, ETC Mount Michael has had 2 on with nobody out. How it worked last time was Preston Petrosky tried laying a bunt down, and Tristan Linhoff threw it over. Or how did that work? Yeah, I threw it to third for the out. No, that's not how that went.
No, Connell let it go.
Yes. Okay, yes. That's how it went. Yeah, Connell let it drop in front of him and stepped on the bag at third himself. And then they got the 1-6-3 double play.
Yep, after I think he walked somebody to load the bases, then the 1-6-3 double play was followed.
Yes. So Max Teeter stands in the right-hand box. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out to the pitcher, Tristan Linhoff, that started out the third inning. And he walked and was left stranded he was the one that got thrown out at home, trying to advance on a wild pitch to score a run for the Knights. 2 on, nobody out. Here for the top of the order of ETC Mount Michael. Big spot here, and a good hitters count as well for Max Teeter. 3-1. Looks at strike 2 on the outside part of the zone. He knew it. And a good frame as well by Nick Wendt, who's done that all day. The corners are in for Crete. Wissenberg on the grass, off to the right. This is off the end of the bat, and it will go foul. Connell's playing straight up over there at third on the left side of your screen.
Yeah, it's good knowledge. This is good recognition of knowing your pitcher.
Hard hit ball to third. Connell can't make it. He watched it skip up and on top of his chest in the air, and he couldn't squeeze it in his glove to run over to third and step on the bag just like he did last time, and the bases are loaded.
Teeter gets on the air. That'll now bring up the left fielder, number 43, Cam Cerrone.
So Zach Connell tried to do the exact same thing that he did in the last inning, where he gets a grounder hit his way and just steps on the bag at third himself. Instead, it skips up on him, up into the air. He tried gloving it, and it popped in and out of his glove before he could run over to third and step on the bag, forcing Alessandro out. So Ben Alessandro stands at third, Ashton Burrows stands at second, and Max Teeter stands at first. Nobody out. A monster spot here for ETC.
Yes, this is deja vu.
Yeah.
This is exactly how the bottom of the third inning went for Crete.
Yes, it is. Yep. And here's Cam Cerrone, who is due. He's over 2 with 2 strikeouts, but he can make up for that right here, and he does. Hit through the hole on the left side. 1 scores. Rounding third, coming home is Ashton Burrows. He scores, and Mount Michael has made this a 1-run game with a big hit by Cam Cerrone.
Cerrone with a 2 RBI single. That'll now bring up the first baseman, number 38, Will Schieber.
So Ben Alessandro scores from third. Ashton Burrows scores from second. Max Teeter advances to second on Cam Cerrone's 2 RBI single. And this is a hard hit ball past the glove of Connell. Rounding third, coming home is Max Teeter. He will score standing. The ETC Knights have tied it up here in the top of the fifth.
Schieber with a fine drive, single to left, scoring a runner from second. We have time on the field.
I think we're looking over there at the left fielder for Crete in Kanoki
I think he might have turned his ankle.
when he threw the ball.
I think he went to go plant. He may have turned it.
He's just off your screen there to the left, so we hope Hunter Kanoki's all right. But it's 3 hits and 3 runs here for the Knights of ETC Mount Michael as they've tied up the game 4-4 here in the top of the 5th, and Kanoki runs back out to left, so he seems to be all right. Good sign there, but ETC hoping to not be done yet as they still don't have anybody out and the leading run standing at second.
Glad to see the left fielder's okay. Now resume play with the DH, number 37, Jamison Berry.
And Jamison Berry, he's been the best hitter here this afternoon for the Knights. He's 1 for 1 with a single and a walk, so he's reached base twice. This all started with a leadoff single for Ben Alessandro. Ashton Burrows got hit by a pitch. Max Teeter reached on an error. Cam Cerrone, with the bases loaded, had a 2 RBI single. And then Will Schieber just had an RBI line drive into left. Plating 3 runs for the Knights as they have tied this thing up. As Max Teeter scored from second, Cam Cerrone stands at second. Will Schieber stands at first. This is low in the dirt as Jamison Berry continues to show a bunt. And Crete is bringing in Wilsonberg from first to try and field it and maybe throw it over to third. We'll see how they attack this. 2 balls and 1 strike. There it is, and it just bounced off the plate. Or else Wint would have laid the tag down, and the Knights might have been in trouble there had that been fair. That was honestly probably better that it wasn't a fair ball in the case of Jamison Berry.
Yeah.
There would have been a tag out, and Cam Cerrone was halfway over to third. Right. He would have been done for, yeah. This is hit pretty hard into the, shallow right. It drops in front of Jenny, and the bases are loaded once again for the Knights. 3 straight singles for ETC. So Jamison Berry, red hot.
Berry with a base hit to right to load the bases. This will now bring up the catcher, number 25, Miles Wewell.
The DH, when you only have one job, Jamison has done it well. He's 2 for 2 with 2 singles and a walk, and he loads the bases as Cam Cerrone advances to third. Will Schieber advances to second. Berry stands at first. The bases are loaded, nobody out. ETC trying to take the lead. The Crete infield is in, ready for a play at the plate potentially. So you're just able to put it over the head. And Miles Wewell, he was the player of the game yesterday for the Knights. He's looking for his first official at-bat this afternoon as he has walked twice. And there's a pitch outside that Wint tried to frame. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. It's Peyton Steyer, in there for Crete. Gets a big swing and a miss there as he came in for Tristan Linhoff, who gave up the leadoff single. He got pulled. Steyer has come in. He hit a batter. A player reached on an error, and he's given up 3 hits in a row. 3 straight singles. Has scored 3 runs, and all 3 of those runs were charged to Tristan Linhoff. So all 4 of the runs belong to him. The 3 on base would belong to Peyton Steyer. High and outside. It's a huge full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, and the bases loaded. Mount Michael trying to take the lead back from Crete here in the top of the 5th. Way outside, and ETC has a 5-4 lead on Wewell's 3rd walk today. That's the 2nd walk that he has brought in a run, too.
Drives in a run. That'll now bring up the pitcher, Preston Pedrowski.
Cam Cerrone scores from third. Will Schieber advances to third. Jamison Berry up to second. That's the 2nd time Miles Wewell has walked with the bases loaded to bring in a run. And ETC leads 5-4 now with the bases loaded and still nobody out here in the top of the fifth.
Yeah, this is deadly with nobody out.
Petrosky, who's the pitcher for the Knights, could really give himself a cushion now with one swing of the bat. The last time he stood up at the plate with the bases loaded, there were 2 outs, and his teammate Max Teeter got tagged out at home trying to advance on a wild pitch. A hard hit ball into the gap in left field. Kanoki gets it. 1 run scores, 2 run scores. The play goes to third. It is a 2 RBI double for Preston Petrosky.
Petrosky with a 2 RBI single, advancing to second on the throw. We've got time on the field.
So Petrosky comes through with the bases loaded base hit. Scoring from third is Will Schieber. Going second to home is Jamison Berry. Miles Wewell goes first to third. Preston Petrosky is standing at second after the throw went to third. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits, 1 walk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 runs here for the Knights as they now lead 7-4. And we'll get all the new information for Crete when we come back as they now trail 7-4, trying to stop the bleeding and get an out here in the top of the fifth when we come back.
For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys. Then come to Junkstock this fall, September 27th through the 29th, and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall. The players, parents, family members, and especially all of our fans want to give a huge thank you to the Valley American Legion Post number 58 for a special summer baseball season. The Valley, Nebraska American Legion Post number 58 is open to all veterans in the area who have served. Thank you for serving, thank you for supporting us this entire summer, and go Wingnuts!
Welcome back to the top of the fifth. Austin McNorton and Matt Richmond here with you on BSDN Live. For ETC Mount Michael taking on Crete. Crete led it going into this inning 4-1. And ETC Mount Michael has scored 6 runs on 5 hits and a walk. And still do not have an out here in the top of the fifth. With a runner at second and third. Miles Wewell stands at third. He walked in this inning, and Petrosky stands at second after his 2 RBI single. And it's a new pitcher on the mound and a right-hander for the first time today for Crete, Jay Wissenberg. The infield is in for Crete. So Wissenberg comes on the mound. Tristan Lindhoff goes from center to first. And Peyton Steyer will go back into the outfield out in center field. This is off the end of the bat. Blooper trouble. Foul. Boy, he almost put it in the one spot. That would have scored 2 easily.
Oh, yeah. That's that Bermuda Triangle right there.
It's Nolan Jocelyn in the batter's box right now.
Nope.
No, it's not. It's number 12.
Ethan Siegman.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He pitched the first game for the Knights.
Correct.
And now he gets his first at-bat here in 2 days. He was a courtesy runner yesterday quite a bit for the Knights. But he comes in with nobody out and 2 on. against new pitcher Jay Wissenberg. It's new batter for the Knights, and it's a 1-2 count against Ethan, who comes in for Nolan Jocelyn. This is hit over to second. Stutzman will throw it to first as the runner from third, Miles Weeble, didn't go anywhere. And there is the elusive out number 1 that Crete needed.
Sigmund grounds out to the second baseman for the first out of the inning. That'll now bring up the second baseman, number 1, Ben Alessandro.
So we go to the guy who started out the inning, the second baseman, Ben Alessandro, who's 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored in this inning and a walk back in the second inning. So he bats again here in the top of the 5th for Mount Michael, now working with a 7-4 lead. Crete's infield is still in with 1 out. An 0-1 count is now 1-1. As that pitch just a little bit too inside from Wissenberg. Wewell stands at third. He walked in a run. Preston Petrosky stands at second. He had a 2 RBI single. This is hit up the middle past the diving glove of Peening. Brooks had no chance. Rounding third, coming home is Petrosky. A 2 RBI single again for Ben Alessandro. The 9-hole man has started it and continues the rally for the Knights.
Alessandro with a 2 RBI single. That'll bring us back to the top of the order with the shortstop, number 23, Ashton Burrows.
Scoring from third is Wewell. Going second to home is Petrosky past the diving glove, and that's the risk, Matt, with the infield being in. Brooks Peening had no chance other than to dive and try and stop it, and he wasn't able to do so.
Yep.
And now
they tried to do the hidden ball trick, but he was on the rubber. You make contact with the rubber, that's a balk.
Okay.
He has to be off the rubber. And actually, I think he has to be off the mound for the hidden ball
For the hidden ball trick to work?
Yes. Yes.
Yep, and so it's a balk, not an out. And so Alessandro advances into scoring position with only 1 away. So explain that rule again, Matt, for all of our listeners.
Okay, so this is the old hidden ball trick to where the pitcher does not have the ball and the first baseman does. Once he engages with the mound, it is a balk. As a pitcher, you have to have the ball to engage with the mound.
Okay. So
Now,
when you touch that rubber, the ball's got to be in your hand.
Yes. So once if he was walking around the mound and they pulled it, not a problem. But once he touched the rubber without that ball, that's a balk.
So good job by this 4-person umpire crew to know that rule. And Alessandro's into scoring position, 1 out here for the Knights as they have scored 8 runs here in the top of the 5th and lead 9-4 over Crete with 1 out.
I like the call. I mean, I like the play.
I do too, yeah. We've seen it all now,
yeah.
huh? Hey, there's Cam Weiss making an appearance. This is hitting a shallow center. It gets down in front of Steyer. Sliding into third, it gets away, but it didn't go into the Crete dugout, luckily for the Cardinals. But advancing to second is Ashton Burrows with a base hit.
Burrows with a base hit up the middle. Advancing the runner to the third. That'll now bring up the third baseman, number 3, Max Teeter.
So Alessandro stands at third now, and Ashton Burrows is standing at second with his second at-bat of this inning. This has been a gauntlet of an inning here for the Knights as they have 7 hits and 8 runs, leading 9-4, and only 1 out still, and now 2 runners in scoring position. Max Teeter in this inning, he's 0 for 2 today. In this inning, he's 0 for 1, but reached on an error and scored a run. He also walked back in the first inning and was tagged out trying to slide home on a wild pitch. Can ETC continue the momentum? And, Max Teeter gets hit in the back. So, the bases are loaded.
Teeter hit by pitch to load the bases. That'll now bring up the left fielder, number 43, Cam Cerrone.
And taking a look at the Crete fans here below our press box, they all just kind of got their, kind of in that look of defeat, Matt, of just you got the hands on the top of your head saying, boy, we haven't had an inning like this all summer.
Yeah, and they're also starting to chirp a little bit, unfortunately, at the Michael players, which we don't need any of that.
Pitch inside. There's a strike. I mean, this Crete team is 22-3 on the summer. So innings like this don't happen a lot to this team in blue and red. It's just it's what happens in this game, though, sometimes.
It's frustrating. Look at that.
Chopper perfectly to third. Connell has no play.
Nope.
I mean, it's just sometimes the way the ball bounces, Matt. That's all you can equate to something like that. Cerrone, I mean, he couldn't have bunted that any better. Another base hit, another night run as they're now into double digits.
Cerrone with an infield single. That'll now bring up the first baseman, number 38, Will Schieber.
Alessandro scores from third. Ashton Burrows now stands at third. Max Teeter stands at second. Cam Cerrone at first. And Will Schieber gets his second at-bat of the inning, where he's 1 for 3 today with a single and a run scored in this inning. And that was with the bases loaded at the time. What a special inning. I don't know if I've seen an inning like this. Maybe broadcasting a game, to be honest. This is crazy.
This
From two really good. I mean, this isn't like, this isn't like Wahoo playing Valparaiso or something.
Right,
this is like two of the best teams in the entire state, and this is happening.
Oh,
man. Hit deep to left. Off the bottom of the wall. 1 run scores. 2 runs score. This will clear them all. Unbelievable for the Knights. The fans are on their feet now as the bludgeoning continues. Unbelievable. 10 hits and 13 runs now for the Knights of ETC Mount Michael on the bases clearing double.
Bases clearing double. That'll now bring up the DH, number 37, Jamison Berry.
So Ashton Burrows scores from third. Max Teeter scores from second. And good base running from Cam Cerrone. He goes first to home on the double from Will Schieber. Hit way over the head of Hunter Kanoki out and left for Crete. And the umpires, what are we talking about here?
So the Elkhorn, the ETC team got a bench warning for one of the players coming across home plate. Before he reached home plate, he was doing a little shimmy jive.
Oh, okay.
To the Crete parent or the Crete fans here, as he was looking at them.
Man, Mount Michael, as this is hit over to third. Connell is there over to first. He pulls Linhoff off the bag. He throws it to third, and sliding in safely is Will Schieber. The second error for Crete's Zach Connell, and there's runners at the corners with still only 1 out.
Berry reaches on the error. That'll now bring up the catcher, number 25, Miles Wewell.
My gosh, this is batter number, boy, if I can do math, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. This is batter number 16 of the inning. I've never had an inning like this.
Is that fair?
This is sent to left, and it is foul.
Yeah.
Boy, Kanoki had to run a long ways just off your screen to the left there. Goodness.
Well, the good thing is, with Kanoki, it looks like his ankle's okay.
Yeah, no, that's a really good sign. Good point bringing that up, Matt. Yes.
Because he ran pretty well on that one. Oh.
A pickoff attempt at first is wild. That will score another run for Mount Michael. As scoring from third is Will Schieber, and Jamison Berry advances up to second. This has been tough to even keep track of in my little scorebook here. What do we have, 14 now? Is that right?
14-4.
My gosh, 13 runs in 1 inning. Look at that. The scoreboard can't even show that.
No.
The scoreboard in the top of the fifth shows 3 instead of a 1-3.
Yeah.
But that tells you how rare of an inning this is.
Yep.
Thanks, everyone, for tuning in on BSDN Live. Again, this is day number 3 of the 2024 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament. Austin McNorton, Matt Richmond here with you. Thank you to all of our sponsors for making it happen there in the bottom right corner. This has been the most wild inning of the tournament, no doubt, and advancing to third on a wild pitch is Jamison Berry. And just unfortunately for Crete, it's just one of those innings that happens to everybody who plays this game. Unfortunately for them, it came in an elimination Monday afternoon, where they have given up 13 runs, still only 1 out. They've given up 9 hits, 2 errors. It's just been one of those innings. This is hit over to third, and it'll go foul. And it's Miles Wewell at the plate. He has walked 3 times and scored a run. 3 times here today. So he's looking for his first official at-bat. He's the player of the game yesterday for the Knights.
That's a gap shot.
Deep to left. Noki on the charge. Over his head again. Off the bottom of the wall again. An RBI stand-up double for Miles Wewell. A 15-4 ETC lead on hit number 11 and hit number 10 of the inning.
Scoring the runner. That'll now bring us the pitcher, number 5, Preston Petrosky.
And, Matt, I got to be honest, we thought, and I firmly believe it, after what we saw yesterday, we thought that Crete had the best chance to beat Central City, the way that they played. And, man.
They played them yesterday?
Yeah,
for sure.
Mount Michael has said, excuse me, I'd like a word.
Yeah. Yeah.
My goodness. Just all in this top of the 5th. This is hit to the first baseman, and Lindhoff makes the catch on the jump. A big out number 2.
Petrosky lines out to the first baseman for the second out of the inning.
Standing at second is Wewell for batter number 18 of this one inning. Ethan Siegman steps back up. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out to second.
Number 14, Braden Sampson. Now batting, number 12, Ethan Sigmund.
And Matt, now for Crete, they'll have to make something happen or else this will be a run rule. Hit over to short. Peening flips it to first in time. And an 18-batter inning. If I sit here and try to calculate all the numbers and everything, we'll be here for a bit. So let's thank our sponsors, and I'll do that when we come back on BSDN Live.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com.
Welcome back to Frost Family Stadium on BSDN Live. This is hit right over to first. Schieber gloves it, steps on first himself. 1 up, 1 down for Crete here in the bottom of the 5th.
Went. Grounds out
As
for the first out of the inning.
the craziest inning
Brooks Peeney.
than I have ever broadcasted in the game of baseball in my entire life for ETC Mount Michael in the top of the fifth. They brought 18 batters to the plate. They had 10 hits, 1 walk, 14 runs. They left 1 batter on base. And, so now Crete finds themselves in a situation where they need to score 4 runs just to keep the game alive, or else it's going to be a run rule victory for the Knights, who have now scored in the last 2 games. They have scored 24 runs. Not bad, Matt.
It's a pretty good offensive explosion.
Yeah, I would say so. And that was one heck of an inning. And for Crete, due up here in the bottom of the fifth are their 2-3-4 hitters. Nick Wint grounded out to first. Brooks Peeney stands in and fouls it off. Brooks is 1 for 2 today with a single in the third inning, and Crete was up 4-1 going into that top of the fifth. They now find themselves trailing by 11. I've never seen something a game flip like that in my life.
Yeah, that was insane to see. I mean, I figured they'd get a couple runs out of that, but 14.
And like I said, this is not like, a Class A Millard West taking on, Sydney.
Right.
This is, no offense to any Sydney fans watching, I don't know if you are, but, I mean, this is a Crete squad who has only lost 3 games the entire summer.
Right.
Like, this is probably, on paper, the second best team in this entire tournament.
Right, yeah. Yeah, and if you want to really make it more...
As this is popped up into right. Gates didn't get a great read, but stays with it, and there's 2 away. And Crete's down to their final out of the summer after Brooks Peeney flies out.
Peeney flies out to the right fielder for the second out of the inning. That'll now bring up the second baseman, number 16, Cole Stutzman.
And honestly, credit to the Knights of Mount Michael. They lose in a heartbreaker in day number 1 on a walk-off. But, boy, you wouldn't know it the way they played the last 2 games. They defeated Waterloo Valley 9-2 yesterday, and now are up on the number 2 team in the tournament, 15-4.
Yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say that they are
that's hit pretty hard. Deep to left. Cerrone can't get it. It's off the bottom of the wall. It's a 2-out stand-up double for Cole Stutzman, who's just trying to keep the Crete summer alive with base hit number 4. That was crushed.
Stutzman with a stand-up double. That'll now bring up the third baseman, number 27, Zach Connell.
So Cole Stutzman is 1 for 2 today with a double and a walk. And here's Zach Connell. He's 0 for 2 with a ground out to short and a strikeout. But what were you saying, Matt?
Yeah, they have just been on an offensive explosion. You talking about coming?
Oh, well, he keeps cutting you off as this is hit to center.
Got him too.
Jocelyn couldn't make the read. It's way over his head. It's back-to-back doubles for Crete as they do get a run, making it 15-5 now here in the bottom of the fifth. Stutzman scores from second.
With an RBI double. That'll now bring up the pitcher, number 18, Jay Wisenberg.
All right, well, let's see if Jay Wisenberg will let you finish your sentence, Matt, as he's 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a sacrifice RBI bunt.
Yeah, basically, I was just saying, you want to talk about being hot at the right time, how we talked about earlier in this tournament? I mean, Elkhorn Mount Michael right now is swinging the bats. And they are bringing the boom. They've had some major hits. I know they lost that first game. I think that might have been a little bit of nerves, because I think those nerves are gone because the way they've been hitting the ball the last 2 games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can definitely tell that with the backs against the wall, they're not afraid of that moment. And Crete is now down to their final strike of the summer as Wisenberg swings and misses there, 0-2. But, you can definitely say that the Knights have come into this tournament hot. They were 8-1 in the month of July. They were really good in their area. Infield pop-up. The third baseman, Teeter, makes the catch. And the ETC Knights of Elkhorn defeat Crete in a run rule 15-5.
Folks, give both of these teams a nice round of applause.
Man.
Great season by Crete. Hey, do not hang your heads. Keep them up high. Gentlemen, you had a great season. We thank you for coming out. You guys got to realize you guys are top 8 team in the state. Congrats.
Good.
Welp, we will come back and wrap this one up here on BSDN Live. We'll talk to a winning player for the night. Don't go anywhere. It's BSDN Live postgame coming up next as ETC Mount Michael defeats Crete 15-5. And we'll be right back after this.
Shields is a proud supporter of Post 58 Legion Baseball. Stop by Village Point at 168th and West Dodge Road for all of your sporting goods and apparel needs.
AWS Well Company, Inc. has been providing professional, reliable, and trusted service in the water well industry for over 50 years. We take pride in being a leader in water well drilling, geothermal systems, pump sales and pump repair, agricultural irrigation system, and septic installation. Our experts can custom design and install a water system that fits your specific needs. For more details, you can contact AWS Well at 402-624-3895.
For a magical one-of-a-kind festival featuring fabulous vintage antiques and junk vendors, along with makers, food trucks, bands, homemade apple cider and donuts, and of course those Bloody Marys, then come to Junkstock this fall, September 27th through the 29th and October 4th through the 6th. Head over to junkstock.com for more information about this top 10 festival in America per the USA Today. At Junkstock, we are all about peace, love, and junk. See you this fall.
The Nebraska Chiropractic Physicians Association is a professional association of chiropractic physicians whose mission is to promote and advance the chiropractic profession in the state of Nebraska. Chiropractic is natural, holistic, and patient-centered. It is a safe, drug-free, cost-effective alternative in healthcare for the whole family. Start your path to better health today. Learn more about chiropractic care and find a doctor at nebraskachiropractic.org.
Black Hills Energy is a proud sponsor of Waterloo Valley Post 58 Baseball. You need an energy partner that's always looking ahead. That's why we at Black Hills Energy are always ready to support, inspire, and drive your next adventure, whatever it may be. Because supporting your day-to-day is our everyday. And we're always here, ready for what comes next. Find out more at blackhillsenergy.com.
At the Athlete Factory, you can be the best player.
Welcome back to Frost Family Stadium and Chris Frank Field on BSDN Live. Austin McNorton here with you as the Knights of ETC defeat Crete in an incredible, and I mean incredible, top of the fifth inning. 18 batters come to the plate. They have 10 hits, 1 walk, 14 runs, and 1 left on, and they win it as they were trailing 4-1 going into that inning. And they win it 15-5 is your final. And we are talking to Knights player of the game, batting ninth in the order, Ben Alessandro. He was 2 for 2 today with 2 singles and 2 runs scored and a walk as well. And Ben, boy, I don't even know where to start. Let's just go right to the fifth inning. How do you explain something like that, man? That was unreal.
Yeah, I mean, Preston did a great job the inning before. Dealing, and we just wanted to feed off that energy, and luckily I got to start it off, get the boys hot, and we just kept rolling. You
started the the rally off with the 1 out or with the single, and you scored a run, but I loved how you brought up Preston and the way that he played today, and I want to point out a specific moment in the game for you. In inning number 3, he gave up some runs, some base runners. He was frustrated with the strike zone, and you went out and settled him down, and he just slammed the door ever since then. What did you tell your teammate out there who was in a frustrating spot of the game where he gave up the lead, and you just helped settle him down?
Yeah, I mean, just to relax, right? I mean, he's a unbelievable pitcher, and he knows what he's capable of, and a couple walks, couple hits, that shouldn't affect him, right? I mean, I just said put it past him and just keep rolling, and that's exactly what he did. He did a great job of that. He put it past him, and yeah, he did great.
We're talking to ETC player of the game, second baseman Ben Alessandro is here with us on our BSDN Live postgame show. And, well, Ben, back-to-back games in the losers bracket, and you guys have scored in 2 games now. You've scored 24 runs. Yeah. So do you like having this, hey, back against the wall, I guess let's just hammer it?
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, whoever our opponent is, we're always going to fight. And we're always going to punch at you and hopefully score as many runs as we can, you know? Like, yeah, we're hot right now, and we're just trying to feed off that energy.
What's the key to, going back to this 18 batter inning. What's the key to an inning like that to just say, hey, let's just keep the line moving? Because, yeah, like you said, you're the one that started it off. So once you score, you're in the dugout. What are you saying to your teammates to say, hey, let's keep going?
I mean, yeah, we have a team full of great players, right? Top to bottom of the lineup. And we all know that we're capable of innings like that. We just got to get started off, right? And that's exactly what we did. We had a great time, and the boys just kept hitting.
Well, my friend, so you move on to the semifinal round. You get to play tomorrow at 4 o'clock back here. You don't know who you'll play against next, so what'll be the next 24 hours like for you and your squad?
Probably get some food, rest up, and be ready for tomorrow. Just stay hot, keep the bats rolling, and feed off that good energy.
I like the confidence, Ben. Congrats on the win, my friend. And, well, we'll see you back here tomorrow.
Thank you.
That's Ben Alessandro with us here on our postgame show as the Knights win it by a score of 15-5. So we appreciate Ben and his time, and we'll see him back here tomorrow. An unbelievable, and I mean unbelievable, inning that the Knights just put on against Crete. And Matt said it there to all the fans and everyone here in attendance. That is a huge shout-out to the Crete season. That's a really special season. 22-4 is hard to do. It's really hard to make it to this state tournament. They did so. They had a really good battle against Central City, a really special game against Minden where they held on to win by 1 late. It's just a really good season for Crete. It's just the game of baseball is funny. Sometimes you just have those innings where literally the only way you can describe it is that just wasn't our day. It just wasn't our inning. The wheels fell off. Nothing was working right. Every ball bounced their way. Everything went right for the Knights of ETC. And, yeah, when 18 batters come to the plate and you score 14 runs in 1 inning, I'd say everything goes right. So let's go ahead and look at the final stats for Crete. They had 5 hits, 4 walks, 5 runs, and 4 left on. Looking at their lineup, Linhoff walked and scored. Nick Wint walked twice and scored. Brooks Peeney went 1 for 3 with a single. Cole Stutzman went 1 for 2 with a double, a walk and a run scored. Zach Connell went 1 for 3 with a double. Jay Wissenberg had the sacrifice RBI bunt. Miles Jenny went 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. And Hunter Kanoki went 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. So really the lineup for Crete, you score 5 runs. Usually you win when you score 5 runs, but when one team scores 14 runs in 1 inning, then that makes it a little bit tougher. Looking at the breakdown for ETC, they had 11 hits, 7 walks, 15 runs, and they let 5 batters on base. Ashton Burrows, he went 1 for 2 with a single, a walk, a hit batter, and he scored 3 times. Max Teeter, he went 0 for 2, but he scored twice, reaching on a walk, an error, and a hit batter. Cam Cerrone went 2 for 4 with 2 singles and 2 runs scored. Will Schieber went 2 for 4 with a single, a double, and 2 runs scored. Jamison Berry went 2 for 3, I should say, with 2 singles and 2 runs scored and a walk. Miles Wewell, he went 1 for 1 with a double, 3 walks, and a run scored. Preston Petrosky, he went 1 for 4 with a single and a run scored. Nolan Jocelyn went 0 for 2. Ethan Sigmund went 0 for 2. And then Ben Alessandro, the Knights player of the game, he went 2 for 2 with 2 singles, 2 runs scored, and a walk. Preston Petrosky gets the win. The Knights get the win, and they move on to day number 4, coming out of the loser's bracket, defeating Crete by a score of 15-5. Unbelievable outing from the Knights. We thought Crete was probably going to make it to the championship game and get a rematch against Central City. The Knights had something to say about that. They win it 15-5, and we thank you all for tuning in to game number 1 of day number 3 of the 2024 Nebraska American Legion Class B Junior State Tournament. We will be back here for game number 2. First pitch is scheduled for 4 o'clock, so we'll start our broadcast here in about 40 minutes. Don't miss it. Should be a fun one, a really fun one, coming up next between Alliance and Lincoln Christian. You don't want to miss it. Elimination game number 2 coming up next on BSDN Live. For Ben Alessandro, Matt Richmond, I've been Austin McNorton saying so long from Valley, Nebraska. We'll see you here in just a little bit.